Hi everyone, it's been a long time since I've done one of these process videos. This is going to be day number 9 of my December daily. I'm documenting my trip to Seattle to see Katseye, which I was super excited to finally see them, but I'm sad that Mano, one of the members, she was sick, so she didn't get to perform, but I was excited to see all the other girls, and I'm curious if there's any icons as well in here. Let me know, and let me know what your favorite song is. The paper collection that I'm using is called Merry Days, and it's by Crate Paper. It's such a cute collection. Also, I did pre-decorate this glassine bag that I'm going to be using as a page for my layout. My sister made this cute little Katseye ticket. She actually gifted this for my birthday. So I'm keeping that and adding it to the glassine bag since it's special. And I was just trying to decide which pictures I want to add to the glassine bag and which ones I want to add to what do you call these? The pocket sleeves, I guess. I also found some confetti on the floor that I picked up that I thought would be so cute to include on my page, and I decided to make a shaker out of it. For my shaker mix concoction, I did add gold glitter stars, as well as red seed beads, pink glitter stars, pink sequins. What else did I add in here? I try to use more of that bright red since it matches with the Merry Days collection. So now that I'm happy with the photo placements, time to decorate each pocket. So this is my only 6x8 paper pad that I have of this collection, and some of the pages are a little different than the 12x12 paper pad. For example, some of the pages have a different color than it does on the 12x12. Like, it's the same exact pattern and everything, just the colors are different. There's also some pages in there that have gold accents, which some of the papers are just so pretty in the 6x8 compared to the 12x12. All of that to say, I wish I had more of the 6x8 pattern papers. So I went with these 3 different patterns for my pockets. So I'm just cutting them down to size, and I'm making sure it actually fits in the pocket before I start embellishing and all of that. It was just a little too big, so I just cut it a little more. And now I can use it as a guide to cut my second pattern paper. And I'm going to be doing the same for my last pattern paper. I've had this Fiskars cutter for years now, and I've only had to change the blade, of course, but I'm surprised that the little wire part hasn't come apart yet. And hopefully I didn't jinx it, but I've had it for decades, since I can remember crafting. Off camera, I did sew all of my papers in some red thread. I feel like some of my pages don't look complete without at least a little bit of sewing. I don't know why, it just looks a little plain without some sewing. I just really like the way that it looks on paper, and it just adds an extra pop to any layout, embellishments, stuff like that. So for most of my layouts and on my photos especially, I love to add a border using another pattern paper, or sometimes I even just like to use white cardstock. So I'm backing it up right now with this Fa La La pattern paper, and I really wanted to add more of that red, so that's why I decided to go with that one. And I was contemplating on whether matching the borders with the same pattern paper, but I decided to use different pattern paper. This is what my pockets are looking like so far. So now it's time to bring out that ephemera and embellish these pockets up. I was going through the different tags that come in one of the ephemera packs, and I really like this one with the florals, so I'm gonna choose this one to stick my photo on. Since there's not a lot of room on these little pocket pages, I'm gonna keep the embellishments to a minimum. I saw this Fa La La banner ephemera that would be cute to add at the bottom of my photo. I thought it needed just a little more something, so I'm making another banner in a different pattern paper, and I'm gonna place that on the bottom of my ephemera and have it pop out a little bit. I thought that I can fit at least like some other embellishment on the end of this banner thing that I made, but it was too big and I couldn't really fit anything without having to cover the words, which I didn't want to do. So yeah, I failed on that part, but it's saved with this tiny attacher. I have some gold staples that I've had for the longest time, so it was perfect for this layout. I honestly forgot that adding staples to your embellishments and stuff like that make things look super cute, so I kind of do that throughout all of my pockets, you'll see. So this is just a reminder to bring out those tiny attachers, those staples to your embellishments and layouts. And if you feel like you need a little more something to them, when in doubt, add a staple. That's all I'll say to that. I was messing with this little piece of ephemera for minutes. I just couldn't get it to look right. Even with the speed up on this video, I feel like I was still taking forever. But yeah, when I finally got it to my liking, I'm taping that sucker down and committing it and gluing it onto my page. And of course, this part was a little too big for my pocket, so I had to cut it down a little bit. So I did want to decorate it a little bit outside of the pocket, so I found this cute pink bow that I'm gonna adhere on top of my photo. So I think I'm done with that pocket. Time to decorate this one. I wanted to add another layer to this pocket so it wouldn't look so plain. I thought this Christmas tree was going to be big enough, but it ended up to be too small. So now I'm using this oval die set, and I really like this size. I thought for a second it was going to be too big, so I did die cut out the smaller one, but you'll see later in this video that I decided to go with the next size. And at this point, I was trying to find a pattern paper that wasn't going to be too busy and take away from my background pattern paper. So I decided to go with this one since there's not a lot going on, but that pop of blue would look really cute. So this photo is a picture of my Katseye light stick. It's so cute. And here I go with my tiny attacher. Sometimes I do like to staple things twice. I like the way that looks sometimes. So that's all of the embellishing that I'm gonna do for the inside of my pocket. I'm gonna decorate it a little more on the outside since I don't want the pocket to be bulky. I had some of these leftover poinsettia flowers from a mini tutorial that I made. I thought it'd be perfect to make a flower cluster at the bottom of my photo. And for my greenery, I chose this sticker that I cut down, and it cut down evenly to add on both sides of my flower cluster. Another thing I did off camera is make this bow out of this adorable checkered trim. And I was thinking of using another of those cute little pink bows that I added on my other pocket, but I wanted to add something different, so I went with this with a different trim. I do love to add something in the center of my bows as well, so I decided to use these cute little flat back pearly hearts that I got from AliExpress. And this is where the lighting started to get a little bad. It did get dark outside before I can finish this page, but I hope you guys don't mind the shadows and stuff. Moving along to my final pocket, I went with this red pattern paper to bring in more of that red, and I'm just distressing the sides of my page with my scissors to add further detail to my pocket. Alright, I did want to add a title to this pocket, so off camera I did grab some of these really cute gold puffy word stickers, and I spelled out the word gnarly, which is one of their songs. I do apologize for not recording the rest of the process, but I thought I would just share a video of the final layout. So this is how my page turned out. I didn't do a process video on me decorating that glassine bag, but I wanted to show you guys as well. So where I left off on my final pocket, I didn't do much. All I did was die cut this die set, which is by Echo Park, and I added it at the top of my pocket. I also added some of these sparkle star stickers that come in the sticker pack, and I added them on top of my pockets. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this process video. I hope to make some more. If not, maybe a flip through of my December daily. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna do all 25 days, but maybe I'll show you the pages that I have done. But it's not looking so good for me, you guys. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.